Hello guys, welcome back. Today we will discuss about a concept which everyone wants to learn. So for that purpose, I'm opening Notepad. So the topics that we are here to learn for. First one, how to become a data scientist. What are the things you need to learn? Which programming language is better choice? How long will it take to learn data science? Steps included, topics you need to learn. These are the topics: NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Scikit-learn. So in order to become a data scientist, you have to learn everything that covers under data science, and you have to earn a degree. So what are the things you need to learn to become a data scientist? These are the things: NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Scikit-learn. In order to learn this, first you have to learn Python. If you don't know Python yet, you can start from scratch anytime now. It is easy to learn, and it's also useful to learn Python. So if you already know Python, it will become a slight easy to learn NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Scikit-learn. So if you don't know Python, you have to start from the very beginning, where you have to learn data types, you have to learn primitive data types, non-primitive data types, you have to learn about lists, dictionaries, integers, flow types, and all that. Like, you have to start from the very beginning of Python, and NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib comes under as advanced topics of Python. So first we have to learn Python crystal and clear. After learning about data types, you have to learn about classes and inheritance, objects, everything. After that, you have to learn exceptions. So let's make a list about what we have to learn in Python. First, you have to learn classes, objects, inheritance, then exceptions, operators, conditions, loops, functions, modules, data types, methods, method overloading, method overriding. So where to practice this? There are many applications to practice this. Like for suppose Visual Studio Code, Anaconda, PyCharm, like this. But in Anaconda there is a separate thing where it is very easy to learn. That is Jupyter Notebook. If you don't install Jupyter Notebook yet, you can go to Chrome and install Anaconda. From there you can run Jupyter Notebook. If you have already installed Anaconda, you can open Jupyter Notebook from CMD, I mean command prompt, by entering Jupyter Notebook. Like this. So there are many topics I have already used in it. So there is some labs I already practiced it. Like this in NumPy, there are many methods. Some of them I'd like to explain here. So NumPy is completely deals with arrays. It is similar to list, but in list we can, it can contains all kind of data types like integer, float, string, characters, all that. But in arrays, it can only hold one kind of data type, either int or float or string, like that. So here, if you notice here, there is example. We have written two arrays. One is A and B. So we are using add. First one, we are using add. When we use add, if you notice here, we are adding characters like 1 4 2 5 3 6. That's why it's printed 14 25 like 36. In here there is split lines, so like this. You remember the symbol, right? /n. That means that breaks there and it starts in new line. Strip, wherever there is a space it will strip, but here we give a, so wherever there is a at the ending or the beginning it will strip there. Split, if you use split, it will split the characters in the string where there is a space. Here see, who the hell am I, like that. You already know, if you know Python you already know this: upper, capitalize, lower, center. You might don't know this center. So yellow, it consists of 5 characters, but we want to fill it in 10 characters. So for the remaining 5 characters we are using hashtag to fill the remaining 5 characters. That's and replace. We can replace any word in a string with another word, like we replace the values in list using insert or update, like that. So np.arrange. Arrange means from 0 to 10 it will print all the numbers, like loop for I in range of 1 to 10 print I, will write like that, right? So like that it will print all the numbers from 0 to given range. That's what np.arrange means. Arrange. So reshape, it's also includes matrix. You know matrix, right? You have already studied in your intermediate, think so. So this is a matrix. Here we are using shape 3 rows and 4 columns. First column, second column, third column, fourth column, like that. So if you use transpose, it will transpose from shape 3 comma 4 to 4 comma 3. Then we get 4 rows and 3 columns. Unroll axis and arrange. Iteration. I have iterations in Python too. This is similar. Concatenation, split, resize, arrange. So there is one np.zeros of 6 comma 6. If we print this array, it will print 6. Let me show you. So we have to import numpy in order to do any method in numpy. So we are importing numpy as np. So np dot zeros of, can use 3 comma 3. Can't interpret as data type. Okay. See, 0 0 0 0 0 0. Similarly we can do a matrix which contains all ones. So there is a similar one like this, np.I of, just try what it will print. See, if we give here 1 it will print 1. If we give 0, nothing. If we give 2, so 2 by 2 matrix where the diagonals are filled with 1. 3, similar 3 by 3 matrix where the diagonals are filled with 1. Likewise 6, diagonals are filled with 1. See here, 1 1 1, like that. So this is actually numpy, so don't worry, it's very easy to learn if you already know Python. If you even don't know Python yet, you can learn it. It will hardly take 1 month in order to cover all these topics. So the next one is Pandas. So after learning about NumPy, here there is pandas. Pandas deals with the data frames, like we have actually saw some tables, right? Like which contains how much data, like that. I have pandas example too. I'll show you here. See here, we are creating a data frame which consists of animal. So data frames actually will create in dictionaries. So there are animals: cat, bat, rat, dog, rabbit, ant, and priority yes, no, no. So the priority here used for just to fill a column. Don't worry about it. Age and index and columns. So here, just look at it clearly. How many entries there in the list you have entered? Like here, cat, bat, rat, dog, rabbit, ant consists of 6 columns. So the columns must be the same. If there is one column short or one column long, it will result in an error. So if you see here, we give 6 columns: A, B, C, D, E, F. We have here animal, priority, age. So when we print the data frame, we'll get animal, priority, age as columns, and we'll get the information in it: cat, bat, rat, dog, rabbit, ant, like that. So the index values are already given to it. Like in list, the index starts from 0 and ends with last element, like that. We can do sorting here. Sort values by age. See here, age 1, 3, 2, 1.5, 2, 4. So you can sort here values by age. So there is head and tail in the properties of pandas. If you use head without giving anything, it will print up to 5 characters. I'll show you. Observe here carefully. See here, from 0 to 4, that means it excludes 5. It will give the first 5 characters of the entire data frame when we use head, and when we use tail without giving an index in it, it will print last 5 values. Tail, last 5 values of the data frame. See here, it starts printing from 1 and ends with 5. That means last one. It excludes the starting index. So if we give here value 6, it will print all 6 values. If we give here 3, it will print up to 3 values. Like that, it works like that. Head and tail. df1 dot mean, this is instead of mathematics mean average, like average is null. Come sum means cumulative sum of. You have already seen tables in 10th class while studying math. Like there is a tables from frequency 0 to 10, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, like that. When we are doing cumulative sum, we have to add from first value to last value. Like if you have started with 0, then 1, we have to add 0 plus 1, like Fibonacci: 0 plus 1, 1 plus 2, and we have to add all the values in the table. So we have to use read CSV in order to read the files. So PD is nothing but pandas. We imported pandas as PD, and when we want to read the files, it will read CSV files, and we can also transfer the entire data into Excel sheet using to Excel. So if we want to know version, PD dot underscore underscore version underscore underscore df1 dot describe, it will count it itself. It's count age, calculating mean, standard deviation, minimum of the values, 25 percentage, 50, 75 percentage, maximum of the all values. So this df1.t means we have already seen here that transpose. This t is also transpose, short form of transpose. See here, we are creating an array 1 here. It consists of 1, 2, 3 and AND bet get 3 values and 3 numbers. So this array is basically two, I mean Here if you see 0 index, it consists of values 1, 2, 3 and first index and bat cat. 1 matrix like that. So here I already gave an example np.I of. So after that what we have to learn? Matplotlib. Matplotlib is entirely deals with the graphs, pie charts, scatter plots, bar graph, bar charts, histograms, and everything whatnot. I have all examples covered here. So I forgot to explain something with line space. So just come back here. So np numpys dot line space of 0, 4, and we want 10 values in between 0 to 4. See here, it starts with 0 and ends with 4. In between, it will divide 0 to 4 into 10 equal values. If we print here 100, it will give 100 values. That's line space from the starting index to ending index. How many values we want to print, it will equally divide all the values and give the result. That's what line space is. So let's go back to matplotlib. Here reshape array, we already saw all this. So here we have to import pylab from matplotlib. So with using pylab, we are using plot. We have to use plot in order to print here. We don't use print in matplotlib, we have to use plot to print the values. So this O is shapes, circle shapes, and if we give here color, you have to print all things. If you don't, we have to run all the cells. If you don't run, it will give errors. See here, this R means color red, this O means shapes. We can use 1, 2, 3, anything. See here, we can use triangle symbols, square. RS means red color squares, like that. You can use triangle here, we'll get like that. There are plots, subplots, everything included in it. So here pylab dot subplot of 1, 2, 1, subplot of 1, 2, 2. This means x, y, like that. We are importing pyplot as plt. Here we have to add axis and we will print the values. We are printing x, y with the color R. Here there is x values and y values. We are taking all the x values and y values from there to enter for the entire exercise. This is a graph in a graph. It will entirely depends on the axis values. If you change the axis here to 6, 0.6, it will give the biggest value. Okay, we have to run this cell too. Now run it like that. It will change values. It entirely depends. Sorry for that. Entirely depends on the values you have given in axis. So this is a condition loop. For x in axis, row is equal to 2. This entirely considered as one row. This will consider as second row. The column is total one is one column and 2 rows, one column, like that. So here we are using DPI. DPI is display pixels image. Display pixels image. We can change the value here. 50. It's just to display how, like when you want to share the examples in a HTML place or like something like that, we can enlarge the image and explain it clearly like that. So this legend is like, if you ever notice in graphs, there is x-axis equal to 1, the y-axis equal to 1. When we are doing graphs in 10th class, and in 10th class, I hardly remember, in 10th class we can write like this. Here if you see, y equal to x, y equal to x squared 3, like that. So axis dot set x label and set y label. X label means We are setting values to x-axis and y-axis. We are setting title as graph. We are doing plots. And here the bigger one. We have used three things directly. Here the scatter plots, step graphs, bar graphs, fill between. Here scatter plots. Scatter plots is comes with like dots in the entire graph. Here steps. It's all based on the values we are giving. Here it is a, you remember this, right? Like circle, spherical in shape. Here we can see histograms. This is a histogram. It will like bar graphs, but it's entirely combined. Here there are contour images, and here there is 3D images and pie charts. That's it in Matplotlib. You can practice it from the official site. Here you can see everything, each and everything in every detail. See, we have discussed it here. There RO red color with circle shapes like that. This is triangles, this is squares, this is dashes, like that. These are the topics, and I can prefer Anaconda, that to Jupyter notebook. From that topics are need, these are the topics that need to cover. Scikit-learn, I will do it in another video. But before wrapping it up, I want to share something with you. If you don't know Python and if you don't know any programming language yet, there's no need to fear about anything like that. So I just want to explain it with an example. Just in the beginning stages of your life, you'll start it by crawling, then walking with support, then start walking by yourself, and then start running. Like learning Python is to the same. The crawling means you have to learn about Python. First, you have to explore about Python. What is Python? Who invented Python? Guido van Rossum invented Python in 1990s somewhere. Like why he invented Python and why it became a popular language all of a sudden. Except there, instead of there are Java, C, C++, which supports object oriented. Even Python supports object oriented, but in a limited case. And after exploring about Python, you have to start from basics like giving variables, naming variables, printing, patterns, loops, conditions. That's like taking support on walking. When you are new to a programming language, it's better you take support from someone else, or you can watch YouTube videos where there are many channels uploading it, and you learn from there. And when you know something, you can start exploring by yourself, even though you are exploring yourself in order to search YouTube videos. But that's not what I mean. You have to learn with the guidance. That videos is like guidance for all of us who are aspiring to start a career in Python, which includes Python. In data science, they mainly use Python. Instead, we can say that they only use Python and R, or they will use R for statistical purpose in order to compute data, how large amounts of data they get. So in pandas, we discussed write CSV files. That's because if we have 10 files, 15 files, we can calculate like by human, and right. When we have the larger files which consists of 1500, 2000, 20,000 datas, then we have to read the data set and we have to get the data from it, like using head, tail, or any other properties that's included in pandas, like that. So first, if you want to learn pandas, you have to be good in numpys. if you want to be good in numpys, you have to be good in python, enter python, at least exception handling, lists, like that, methods, classes, functions, like that. Then if you know that, okay, you can start learning numpy. After learning numpy, you can start pandas. After that, you can learn matplotlib. But in order to learn scikit-learn, you have to learn all these three. That's when you can get a basic understanding in scikit-learn, because from scikit-learn they will start all algorithms which comes under machine learning algorithms, where we have to train data sets. Like, we have some, in recent times there are many projects like face mask detection, emotion recognition, all like that. So Twitter sentiment analysis, there are many like that. So in order to analyze, we have to train dataset by using TensorFlow, Keras, Pandas too. We can use Pandas too. Like that, we have to use all those, and we have to train that dataset. Then it will give the desired results what we want, like that. So there is no need to fear about anything that you don't know. You can gradually learn it, like you learn walking, running. So if you get yourself by walking, then you can start running if you know everything. As data science is the most demanding career right now, there are many openings for data science. But as a fresher, you need to learn more about it. When you learn something, you'll get good opportunities to learn data science. So what are the benefits of learning data science? You can become a data scientist, or you can become a data analyst. That mainly includes R, statistical programming language, like that. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.